With the start of a new fiscal year, the Billings Chamber of Commerce is reshaping priorities, identifying and actively pursuing new goals, and continuing the transformational work the organization is known for. We're working for you, our members, and look forward to sharing the milestones as well as the smaller goals we'll realize along the way.
We need folks who understand how important it is that we are bright, that we are safe, that we are clean, and that we can grow correctly so we can afford the services we need. I think that's why elections matter.
I feel really proud about all of the resources that we're providing to our membership and means of, coffee with the council people, candidate forums, all of those venues that we're just getting the information out to the voters.
We're nothing unless our members step up and talk to their people and say, hey, you got to get out on election day. Get to know your candidates. It's Billings. It's so easy to get to know your candidates. And what a great batch of candidates, by the way.
Yeah,
hats off to our impressive candidates.
For me as a realtor, the first question people want to know if they don't know much about Billings, Montana is it safe? And I want to be able to answer that with, of course it is. We need to be able to provide the resources for our law enforcement to reach the outskirts of Billings. So, their response time is adequate.
It's also a matter of learning to look at your neighbor's place and say, hey, that may be a little dark over there. If we put a light bulb, it might be safer. That's that thing called SEPTED, which I'm sure we're all going to find out more about later.
Apparently we are.
That's what I hear.
We're going to solve it as a community in partnership. And there's a lot of neat opportunities on the table. And I think this is something where we have to keep that dialogue with our city elected folks, our county folks, and our state folks. And the chamber is very well positioned to carry out that dialogue. Well, I am so excited about One Big Sky. It's such an incredible project. When I look at this, we are so well positioned within Billings, within downtown. From our perspective too, you got to think about this increased foot traffic, what that means for our restaurants, for our hotels, for our coffee shops. It's not just about bringing folks in here, but it's also about our sons and daughters going to work in these places. And also as we advance those positions, those opportunities, that's events management, that's meetings, conventions management, jobs that you're typically going to Seattle, Minneapolis, and Portland for. Let's bring them right here to Billings.
It's one of those tides that rises all boats, It's going to help us attract other businesses, help us find talent to work in the businesses that we have here.
People who come to conventions in Billings, Montana are going to take advantage of the amenities in the region. So not only does it enhance the business community right within Billings, Montana, but it enhances the entire region for tourism.
Well, and as the second leading economic driver in Yellowstone County, $500 million that it brings to our community. What would that mean? What would that number look like if we did get this?
My wife and I had a chance to relocate here. I've split time between Washington, D.C. and Montana. So for a young couple that relocated back here, we rely on the airport bi-weekly, if not weekly, and seeing the phased-in approach that we have with the renovations, I think is outstanding. Bringing those flights in, it once again spurs that economic development. It's a small investment to pay for a lifelong of returns, and I am excited about how the chamber has brought all of that together with this new and renovated airport. Julie, it's exciting what's going on there.
It's really exciting, and the chamber has played a major role in that through discussions of what the renovation should look like, also what kind of flights should we be offering for our business travelers, for our tourists. So the chamber will just continue to be really deeply involved in that to make sure that when you get off the airplane and you've never been to Billings, Montana, you get a really nice picture of what you're walking into when you walk into our airport. It's exciting.
I always think about it from a healthcare perspective, and of course, recruiting physicians is a big part of what we do. And not every physician wants to work in rural Montana, and Billings is still rural. But having great airfare, nice accommodations, easy flights in, easy flights out, it makes a big difference.
I think this group knows better than any the value of tourism and what it brings to all of your professions. And I can say it's a lot of pride I have because, again, traveling the country, getting to bring people to Montana's trailhead. And my favorite response is I didn't realize Billings had all that to offer. I didn't realize the accessibility of Billings.
But when people hear that I'm from Montana, they kind of go, oh, Montana. And whether they've been there or they've seen it on a postcard somewhere, they know Montana. And I think that that is just an accolade to the hard work that Visit Billings has done in putting us on the map.
We look at tourism, but we also need to bring those competitions, those sporting events. Having the women's NIA championships here.
And I love that you brought up the basketball tournament, because watching those girls come to Billings who most likely would not have another reason to come to Billings, and seeing their reaction to the way they were treated and the hospitality and how the whole community embraced them and their time in our elementary schools. And it's just such a cool thing to see through the eyes of somebody who has never been here, probably didn't know anything about our community, and just their reaction and their love for this place is pretty amazing.
T-Bex, we are about ready to have hundreds of influencers, social media bloggers, posters, and videographers coming to Billings to find out what we're all about. And since it's all live on the internet, it's true, we're going to be the center, at least of the world, for about a week.
I just think back at my own career when I moved back to Billings, and the Chamber was an integral part in me growing my professional network, feeling confident in, the associations that I made, learning the city. Leadership Billings, I had a boss who nudged me and said, you need to get into this program. And I'm so thankful for that boss. I'm so thankful for them dragging me to the business after hours to really get involved, because truly I felt like I've grown up through the Chamber a little bit.
But what's really exciting, Nicole, for me is that next gen becomes the current gen. So we have these next gen programs, but right away they become, I think we're in that current gen where we've got that mentoring, we've got that coaching, and you find yourself in it. And I think that's where the Chamber's done an incredible job.
What better investment can you make than a Chamber membership to help grow your workforce? There are so many tools and resources that the Chamber provides to create those opportunities for growth. And to me, a Chamber membership kind of fills that niche on all the accounts. It checks all the boxes.
Martinis next time.
Yeah, I was going to say, the Bernie's coffee here.
Same time next Friday?
Exactly, yeah.